Well, that was quite the day 12. Again, unfortunately, not a full 6 games due to another COVID. I'll give my my views on that. I've heard a lot of yipping and yapping, and what I was referred to as nonsense talk about postponements, strictly from MVG fans that are just. I'll get into it a little bit later. I did hit one of my bets, the Calvin Ritz over at Aspinall. I also didn't get a chance to hit my bet on Luke Humphreys. He got a bye. I just got straight my money back. But I will tell you what I'm thinking about day 13. Last day, round 4 matchups before we get in the quarterfinals and a day off before New Year's. Hope everyone enjoys. Like I was said, I went 3 for 5 today, but I did hit the Ritz, big win over Aspinall, and I believe I would have hit the Humphreys over Chisnell. Unfortunately, again, we had another person out with COVID with Dave Chisnell. I'm going to get into that. Let me recap the games, and then I'm going to get into what I believe is an absolute joke of what is happening with all this talk. I'm going to remind people of the World Match Play in 2020 that I didn't hear these same pundits talking. They must have forgot that Whitlock got into the tournament, and Deswan got into the tournament, Bunting and Lewis didn't get their money and their ranking money, and the tournament is a disgrace. Absolute jokes. But let me get into that in just a sec. You're going to hear a good rant. I promise you that. Let's get into games first. First game up, D'Souza against Suter. What in the hell was D'Souza doing? This is now Durant-like. This is Durant-like by D'Souza. He won a set with a 68 average. Suter, I think he just wants to go and get to the last set and then take out a huge big number at the end and say, oh, by the way, I missed 45 doubles today, but I'm going to take it on 144 or 136. He's a Scottish guy. He's got to make it exciting. He seems like a awesome dude. Guys, I think he survived another match dart today. Okay. I'm just going to survive match darts and get through to the next round. I don't think he's going to get in the next round. He's got Ritz next, but I will give him credit. He's an entertaining guy to watch. But if you're a Suter fan, geez, it's got to be tough to watch. If you're a D'Souza fan, that is tough to watch. That is not D'Souza of 8 months ago versus what D'Souza is now. That's just a big jump off the page. It ain't right. Something's wrong. And again, he's got that, you know why I compared to Durant? D'Souza's got a very similar throw. It's a big kind of over the, he's throwing it. He's got a lot of motion in his dart. It's not just a draw back and go. He's got a lot of emotion in it. And if the timing's off, it's off. I have a feeling it's going to be a nosedive down those rankings. The way he's just not on the game right now. I don't know if he's going to be able to find it, but those kind of type of throws, once you start losing them, we'll talk about Aspinall. If you're getting like all over the place, you lose the timing. I don't know. I'm very worried about Jose D'Souza. I'm worried about a sharp decline in his game. But anyways, Suter got over the line 4-3. I picked D'Souza, so that was one game I lost. Of course, the next game never happened, but then Ritz blitzed Aspinall 4-0. I picked 4-2. Ritz was on fire. Ritz just didn't give Aspinall a sniff, and really Aspinall he had a couple moments. But again, Aspinall's got, here's the one thing, Aspinall, just, why get interviewed? It's the Durant syndrome. Give interviews and say, oh no, this time I'm confident. Oh, this time I'm confident. Oh, this time I'm confident. Aspinall's got tons of videos. Oh, I'll talk to PDC today and tell him how confident I am and then go out and lose. Don't work that way. Just shut up and play darts. You know who I didn't hear talk? Michael Smith and Johnny Clayton. And they just had one of the best games ever. Don't remember them talking about how great they are. If you're talking and pumping yourself up and how good you're going to be, you're going to suck. Aspinall, shut up. Anyways, Ritz, great game. Again, Ritz, yeah, he's got that, to me, he's too quick. but he's an enjoyable watch. There is no doubt about that. But just that consistency. If this man ever gets consistency, watch out. He's in the quarterfinals. I don't see how Alan Suter's stopping him. He's then going to either get Peter Wright or Ryan Searle. Maybe he goes for a run. Maybe he gets to the final. I think, though, when you're going to get a Searle or a Wright in the next round, it's going to be a little bit more challenging. But I'll give credit where credit's due. Fantastic run for Calvin. It's a fantastic game. He absolutely took Nathan Aspinall to the woodshed, gave him a couple kicks, then grabbed the belt and said, here, take this too. Great game there. And then we get into the afternoon sessions. First one up, Gary Anderson against Ian White. You know what? I was so disappointed in my foot. I'm telling you. I was telling everyone I'm on the DL because of my foot. Something's wrong with it. It's way better now. Don't get me wrong. Way better. But I still get this pain when I'm walking. So they were doing a bone scan. So I was in this bone scan when Ian White went up 2-0 in legs, or 2-0 in sets. And I was sitting there going, crap, can I get to my phone and can I bet on Gary Anderson? And what would have been the odds at that point? He then went up 3 sets. I'm like, God, why am I in this machine right now? I should be grabbing my phone and getting on the bet and taking whatever Gary Anderson is. And then I got out of the bone scan. It's 3-3. I knew it. I friggin' knew it. And of course, Anderson won at 4-3. Here's 3 things that you're guaranteed in life. Death, taxes, and Ian White choking. These are 3 things that are guaranteed. So I missed sets 4 and 5. And I just caught, 4, 5, and 6, and I caught 7, just at the end of 7. When I saw it, I went back and watched some of them, and here is Ian White when he's throwing darts. He shakes. When he's starting a match, it's the same thing. You can dial it up. He's going to bottle it. If he's on the floor, okay, you got a chance for him to take it. On a stage, his hand shakes. I feel bad for him. He just doesn't have the mentality to do this. He had a match dart and chucked it in the double 5. That's what I do. Matter of fact, sometimes I've hit the double 12 going for double 20. I'll be honest with you. I've hit double 12. But double 8's my next one, so I'm okay with double 8. I like double 8. But Gary Anderson played like garbage. Absolute stinking garbage. Now, his garbage is 90, but it's not good for Gary. That is not Gary Anderson's standard. Ian White, you're up 3-0. You just know he's going to bottle it. You just know it. Death, taxes, and Ian White missing doubles. This is just guaranteed. I feel, I don't even know what to say about him. You can't get mad at him. You can't. I could have made a lot of money today. Ian White could have made me a lot of money today. Because if I could have got on my phone and made that bet, I don't know what it would have been. But it was guaranteed money. Anyways, it's just something with him. I don't know. Gary Anderson wins. And then Gerwin Price, 12 legs in a row over Dirk Van Duyn. But the first set was god-awful by both. And then Price, so you got to give credit where credit's due. He just destroyed him. It was another trip out to the woodshed, have your stick, and then take the belt to it as well. Not much to say about this one other than he whooped him. And Price is now getting better. This is how he does it. He gets better in the tournament as he goes along. His quarterfinal matchup against Michael Smith. Sign me up. Let me watch this. This is going to be gold. I don't know if it'll be as good as the Johnny Clayton-Michael Smith match. That is darts at its finest. You have Johnny Clayton, probably the best player all year, most consistent, banging 140s, banging 180s, hitting 161s. And you have Michael Smith, who didn't panic at all. Down 2 sets, I'll just win the next 2. And didn't look fussed, didn't get down on himself. He threw a 60. Oh, fair enough, I threw a 60. Threw a 57, I threw a 57. Grab your darts, get back. Bang in a 140 the next time, a 180 the next time. This was just a great game of darts. Let's talk about this. Did everyone enjoy that game of darts? Was there any needling? Was there any going at the crowd? I heard boos during that. I heard boos. Johnny Clayton got booed. I didn't hear Johnny Clayton react to it. He just kept going. Now, Johnny did miss some doubles. He could have been up 2-0 in that last set. Usually it's Michael Smith the other way around where this happens, but Michael Smith hit his doubles. Now, he did miss some in the, what was the set where he could have won? 6th set. That 6th set was insane. That is just insane darts. Just insane. 1-6-1, you hit a 1-6-1, I'll hit a 1-2-1. I don't know what to say. I was gobsmacked. That is a fantastic game of darts. And kudos to Michael Smith. I'm a Michael Smith fan. You saw me struggling with the bet yesterday. I called extra sets. I called extra legs. I was going, oh, there's going to be a time when Michael Smith's going to miss a double. In this case, it was Johnny Clayton who missed the double. Great game, though. Great game. This was a fantastic game of darts. Michael Smith in extra legs wins 4-3. I lost so my 2 losses were D'Souza and Clayton. Now, here's one thing. You want to talk about Premier League? Joe Cullen? No. And I saw someone say something about, oh, he's had family issues, and well, that's bad. I get all that. I'm sure he's not the only person on the tour who's had family issues this year. And I would also say, take a look at Joe Cullen in 6 other world championships where he didn't have family issues. Same thing occurs. So it's not just that. I get it. I get it. Trust me, I get it. But I'm sorry. You're playing darts. Okay. Before I get myself into another rant on him, let's get into some of the interviews afterwards before I get the predictions. I'm going to read some headlines for you. Gary Anderson, raw and uncut. Call it a day. Do away with it this year. We're supposed to do away with darts? I'm like, what the hell headline is this? I watched the interview. At no point did Gary Anderson say, get rid of the championship this year. The headline says he did. He said the money ranking should be adjusted. I'm not totally against that. But you don't stop the World Darts Championship because a certain Chihuahua got COVID. There's 3 people that got COVID. In the World Match Play in 2020, 2 people got COVID. Adrian Lewis and Stephen Bunting. They could not continue on with that. This guy who wrote the headline, I didn't hear him yip or yap at all. Didn't see any headlines about how unfair this is and how the tournament's now jaded. But the minute his buddy, the Chihuahua, Michael Van Gerwen, gets it, whoa, the tournament should be stopped, it should be postponed, it's got an asterisk beside it. If you want to be a complete and utter bandwagon guy, make it less fucking obvious. Let me read the next one he said about, Instagram posts. It needs to be finished. But if it did get postponed, I'd agree. Now, apparently Gerwin Price said something on his Instagram post. The minute this guy asks the question, Gerwin Price goes, yeah, I sent it out too quick. The headline says it needs to be finished. What needs to be finished? The tournament? Gerwin Price said it needs to be finished. Then he says something about an asterisk. He goes, no, my family's here. Okay, I get it. You're upset your boy, MVG, got COVID. I get that. But let's think about what you're at. Let's postpone the whole tournament. What are we going to go back? What about Charles Losper? Didn't he not get into the tournament because of COVID? Where was the oh no? People got their chance at tour card because they got in. Mike DeDecker got into the tournament because of it. Someone might have lost their tour card. Max Hopp's on the edge of losing his tour card. Where's the blow up because of this? Adrian Lewis, it could be argued, is so low in the standings because he got COVID before the match play. Was there any talk about ranking money and world money? No. Why? Because Adrian Lewis ain't his boy. I get it. Michael Van Gerwen's a damn good dart player. And I was hoping, everyone hopes he was in the tournament. But this nonsense about the tournament should be postponed until Michael Van Gerwen can get back. Then what's going to happen? Someone else gets it? You got to postpone it again? Gerwin Price lost out on $500,000. Possible $500,000 for the Premier League. They didn't make any compensation for him. Was Johnny Clayton's win tainted? Does it have an asterisk beside it? Oh, when the Chihuahua won the World Series of Darts because Gerwin Price pulled out for an injury, does it have an asterisk beside it? It's bullshit. You want to be such a big fan? Don't put headlines like this. You come off like an idiot. You can go online and figure out who's put it on. It's ridiculous. The tournament needs to go on. If the finals happen and someone gets COVID, what are you going to do? What are you going to do? I get it. The ranking money, you want to talk about the ranking money not being applied? I'm cool with that. I'm cool with that. But don't tell me the tournament should be postponed. And what are you going to bring everyone back in and start the tournament from scratch? Moronic. Anyways, I'm sorry about my rant, but just ridiculous. You got headlines like that, and then you actually watch the interview, and they don't say what the headline says. Whoo! Okay, let me get into the games for tomorrow. And I do have one bet tomorrow. I'm not going to do any parlays. I thought about a parlay, but it's just not. The odds don't line up nicely. First game up, Mervyn King against Raymond Smith. I think it'll be a good game, actually. I just think Mervyn King's way too consistent. Raymond Smith's going to find something he hasn't found yet. He's played Devin Peterson. He's played a pretty off Florian Hempel. And he played a pretty decent Jamie Hughes. What he's going to get is a pretty decent Mervyn King. And what decent Mervyn King is going to bring is a lot of pressure on his throw. And Raymond Smith hasn't had that yet. Let's see how he deals with it. I think Mervyn King's just the better operator. I see him winning this one 4-2. The next matchup, I think it's going to be another trip to the woodshed. Kellen Ritz hasn't lost a bloody set. He hasn't lost a bloody set all tournament. I'm going to give Suter, the survivalist, the guy who just survives match darts. He's like the Matrix. He just dodges match darts. I'm going to go the way of this one. I think he'll get a set. I'll give him that. But Ritz is going to win this one 4-1. Next matchup, I'm going to put a lot of money on. So I looked at the odds. Even odds. Luke Humphreys and Chris Dobie. Even odds. I'm taking Luke Humphreys, and I'm taking him big time. I like Luke Humphreys' game. He plays well in the World Championship. He's going to hit a lot of 180s. You've seen him in the UK Open. He's dominated. Dobie can have his day. Don't get me wrong. Dobie can have a day where he's really, really good. It's a lot of 180s. I just think Luke Humphreys is the better player. I think he's going to get over the line. He's going to see where he can go from here. Dobie, he's in the quarterfinal. This is getting crazy now. He's going to play in either Rob Cross or Gary Anderson. Humphreys going to like the look of this. I know Dobie would too, but they're not even players. So if I got even odds, I'm going to take Luke Humphreys. I'm going to take him to win 4-2. Next matchup, I don't know, maybe I'll go. Game starts in the afternoon. Maybe I'll figure out a way to do some chores around here. But James Wade against Martin Clearmacher, I think it's going to be the Wade Fest. I think it's going to be low 90s, high 80s average. And let's face it, Wade hits doubles way better than Martin Clearmacher does. So I like James Wade to win this one 4-2. I think James Wade's very lucky that Joe Cullen didn't get through. And the next matchup, Rob Cross, Gary Anderson. Two champs going at it. Let's think about what Gary Anderson's faced so far. Two-time champion? Now a champion. Let's see what Rob Cross has faced so far. Five-time champion and a decent player in Daryl Gurney. I like the way Rob Cross played against Daryl Gurney. As I said, that was a really great match. He took out the right things at the right time. I haven't seen enough from Anderson where he's consistent and hitting big numbers. He ain't playing in white. Rob Cross don't bottle nothing. He's a champion. He hits doubles. He took out a 288 and 6 darts when he needed to win a set. He's not going to miss Rob Cross to win this one 4-2. And what I think will be the best game of the night, Peter Wright, Ryan Searle. Now, if Peter Wright takes out any other dart but the Elements or the World Championship darts, I'll give him 2 darts. He's got 2 choices. I am taking Searle, and I'm taking him big, and I'm going to have, right now, I think if you get the lines for Ryan Searle, let me just check. You've got plus 175 for Ryan Searle right now. If he doesn't bring out, if he brings whatever the hell those were on yesterday, take Ryan Searle. I don't have that bet right now. If he brings out the Elements, he wins. I don't think he wins easily, but I think he wins. Searle, again, he's played very, very good. And I know he beat Wright in a Players' Championship, but if you look at his time on the TV, when he gets the big boy, when he gets one of the top 3, It don't go well. So I like Searle to keep this close. It's going to be a fantastic game. This is bottle down the hatches. This is going to be not as good as what we just saw, I don't think, but it's going to be a great game. It's going to come down to the end. There's going to be a pressure situation. But if you have a 1-4-4 or a 1-6-1, who do you like hitting that? Do you like Ryan Searle or do you like Peter Wright to hit it? I like Peter Wright to hit it. Now, if he brings out whatever those mangled mess of tungsten was, get on, bet, take the plus 175 for Searle. I don't think Bright can get down 2 sets to Searle and go, okay, here we go. He's going to have to play well right from the beginning. I don't think anyone in his management team is going to let him get out with anything else but those elements and possibly the World Championship darts. It's got to be a thin barrel. It's got to be what he throws, and hopefully he does bring that. And if he does, I've got him to win 4-3. If he doesn't, get on that Ryan Searle. But I have to make a pick. I've got to live by it. I got to think his team is going to make sure he has the right set of darts. I'm going to take Peter Wright to win this one 4-3. Hope everyone enjoys the darts. I apologize for my rant on the World Championship. Again, I don't think those headlines show up if the Chihuahua is not in the tournament. If it was everyone else, if it was Chisnell, Vincent van der Voort, and Peter Wright, do I think I'm going to be seeing those headlines? Do you think I would have saw those headlines? Stop the tournament. This is a disgrace. It's got an asterisk. I would challenge the person who wrote this. If Peter Wright and Gerwin Price both got COVID and were kicked out of this tournament, and Michael van Gerwen went on to win it, would that person say that it's got an asterisk beside it? You really think he would? He doesn't. He's just a lover of Michael van Gerwen. And who doesn't? I love watching Michael van Gerwen play. It sucks that he's out. But it would also suck if Peter Wright was out. It also sucked that Charles Losper was out. It also sucked in the match play that Adrian Lewis got kicked out and Bunting got kicked out. It affected their tour cards. Whitlock actually still is in the top 24 because he got in that tournament. And if I remember, he got to the semifinals or something. So please, stop the nonsense. All right. Anyways, I'm done. Cheers, everyone. Hope everyone has a great day. And or maybe it was the World Grand Prix. I forget. It was 2020. Whenever Adrian Lewis and Stephen Bunting couldn't get in the tournament. Deswan and Lewis got in, and Whitlock got in, and I believe Deswan even won a round. So you might even have a tour card because of it. I did not hear any comments about ranking money, about pausing it, about not counting it, or about postponing a tournament. Didn't hear one word of it. But the minute Michael van Gerwen is part of it, then I start hearing it. Please. Cheers.